welcome back to Veggie Vero's Kids Corner. I'm your host, Veronica Green. I'm back today at the beautiful Delray Beach Children's Garden. It is a hot summer day, let me tell you, and I have a book today about the sun. It's called Usha and the Stolen Sun. This is a really beautiful story that I just recently found at the library, and it's quickly become one of my favorites. I love the message. And then afterwards, I will give you a little update on Tucker the bird. For those of you who tuned in last week, you know that I'm rehabilitating a baby blue jay, and he is doing pretty good. So we'll check in with him after the story. Okay, everybody, get cozy, get ready. Here we go, story time. Usha was born under a gray sky. The sun had not shone in her town for as long as anyone could remember. Anyone, that is, except her grandpa. When her grandfather was little, he played in the sun from the moment it climbed into the sky until it dropped back down at night. Everyone did. Where did the sun go? Usha asked as she settled in for one of her grandfather's many stories. One day, her grandfather explained, they built the biggest wall any of us had ever seen, brick by brick, and it blocked out the sun. Why, grandfather? I couldn't imagine why, but I was only a child, he said. Who, grandfather, who were they that built this brick wall? Why didn't you yell and scream at them and make them stop? We did yell, Usha, whispered her grandfather, but they were unmoved. Each time her grandfather told the story, it became harder and harder for him to remember. It's been too long, my Usha, her grandfather told her. I'm afraid I will never feel the sun again. Usha decided she was going to do something. On the first day, she saw clouds pouring rain into puddles as big as swimming pools. On the second day, she walked through a forest of fog as thick as soup. On the third day, Usha saw something that stopped her in her tracks. She bent down and sniffed it. Was this the smell of sunshine? Usha hurried onward until nighttime fell. Exhausted, she laid on her blanket next to an enormous rock and fell asleep. The next morning, Usha opened her eyes. She couldn't believe what she saw. It wasn't a big rock that she was curled up next to. It was a wall. Usha pushed the wall, and then she kicked the wall, and then she tried, without any luck at all, to climb the wall. Finally, Usha faced the wall and said, "Wall, I have come all this way. Now move!" The wall did not respond. "Wall," Usha said even louder this time, "you are in my way. Move!" Nothing happened. "Wall!" Usha shouted at the top of her lungs. "Move!" A little brick began to wiggle. "Who said that?" said a voice from behind the wall. Usha imagined one of the people from her grandfather's stories. "I am Usha." The brick stopped moving. Then Usha saw another brick shift back and forth. "Why are you yelling?" asked another voice. "I am here for the sun," Usha shouted. The brick was rammed back into place. Usha was out of breath, but she remembered what her grandfather had told her. He had yelled, but they were unmoved. Usha studied the wall, and then she decided to whisper, "I want the sun." Suddenly, several bricks began to shift. "What did she say?" asked a boy from behind the wall. "Shh, I can't hear her from behind this silly old wall," said another voice, and a few more bricks started to shift. "I am here for the sun," Usha sang quietly into the wall. Then she began to share some of her grandfather's stories. Some were sad and made Usha cry. Others were funny and she laughed out loud. Many of the stories made Usha very angry. She shared them all as brick by brick was removed. And just as Usha was almost out of words, the wall began to shake and it began to sway. And with a giant rumble, the wall came crashing to the ground. When the dust finally cleared, Usha climbed to the top of the pile of bricks, and she saw children. "She's just like us," one of them whispered. "But now the sun shines on me too," whispered Usha. And that moment, Usha felt the sunshine for the first time. It was warmer and brighter than words could have ever described. Through valleys and forests, over hills and mountains, Usha ran to the west. She watched the sun peek through the clouds and paint the gray sky away. Finally, she saw the light stream over her grandfather's face. Usha was home, and so was the sun. Wow, what a beautiful, powerful story. I really like this book a lot. I love the message that it gives. I love the idea that even the smallest voice can make a big difference. And there's a lot of messages about tolerance and compassion and equality and justice and doing what's right and breaking barriers. That wall represented so very much that we have in our society, not only physical walls, but mental barriers that we create or that have been created, and that we have to try to navigate and break those walls down. Beautiful story. So thank you to the author and illustrator, Bree Galbraith, and Jose Bisalon. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But all right, everyone. So I promised I would give you an update on my friend Tucker the bird, Tucker Blue. He's doing really good. He's right over here. He listened to Storytime along with us. So let's go and check him out. There he is. Hi, Tucker Blue. How you doing? So he has been really doing well, actually. He's getting much stronger. You can see that his feathers have really come in, and he's all puffy looking, and he's practicing flying. He can't quite fly yet. He can get just like a very short distance, and then he drops to the ground. His leg, remember he had that injured leg? It's really starting to heal up. You can see that he's actually standing on it and putting some pressure. He still kind of babies it a little bit, but he's doing so much better. I am so happy that I took the time to give this little baby another chance at life. For those of you who didn't tune in last week, I had given the story about how I found this little baby. He was on the pavement. He had fallen from his nest right here outside of the garden, and he really was not in good shape. He was hopping around on one leg, and there was a cat about to eat him. So I decided to take him and give him another chance. And I really wasn't sure if his leg was going to heal up, but it is. He's doing really good. It looks like he's hungry, so I have a little... Ooh, okay. He's so dramatic when he eats. A little blueberry that I just gave him. Let me go get another one. Okay. Good job, Tucker. He really likes blueberry. I kind of peel off the outer skin and just give him the mushy inside. He loves that. I've given him lots of different fruit, and blueberry seems to be his favorite, which is very fitting since he's a blue jay. There you go. Good boy. Or girl. Not sure if he's a boy or a girl. So I did some research online, and apparently blue jays are very, very similar looking, both males and females. And they're really, the best way to tell the difference is through their behavior. So I might not know if he's male or female until he's grown up. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Look at those feathers. My goodness. Yes, he's doing so good. So he's now able to go hours without eating. It used to be every 30 minutes he was hungry. Now he can go 4 hours without food, which is great. I'm giving him lots of time to hop around on the floor and spread his wings and practice digging with his beak in the dirt. And he is just doing wonderful. So the plan is to release him here at the garden where I found him. We do have about 4 or 5 cats that live here, and they're always around. So I really don't want to release him until he can fly, like officially really fly to protect himself. Because right now he would be an easy target because he can't get up high at all. So, but we're getting there. All right, Tucky, say goodbye. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I had a lot of fun reading you this story and showing you my friend Tucker. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you this time next week on Veggie Vero's Kids Corner. Bye, everyone.